What do you feel like you've learned about what they want to do?
Yeah, I would say before hiring Christian Parker, I thought they would go more to your traditional defensive ends, like the DeMarcus Lawrences, the Jadeveon Clowney, that type of route, Sam Williams, to where now I'm like, they don't really need those guys.
I'm here with Jon Machota of The Athletic, the great and powerful Johnny Matches, and we will talk everything to do with your Dallas Cowboys at the Combine, Christian Parker, all the things. But first, I want to know, what's it like to have the best Twitter fingers on the beat? It doesn't matter what interview, who's talking, where it is. I know it's going to be Johnny Matches Twitter, where I'm going to pull that quote first.
I mean, I try and stay on top of it. I feel like that's where I know for myself when there's news breaking outside of the Cowboys world,
Yeah.
that's where I go.
You go to Johnny Matches?
No,
you go to Jon Machota's Twitter?
I'm on Twitter all the time.
Oh.
Anything that goes on, big news wise, whatever. I just feel like, that's where people break the news.
Yeah.
And, there's like, I even think go back to Micah Parsons, like when he put out that statement that he was going to request a trade when we were at training camp. Wasn't on Facebook.
No.
Wasn't on Instagram.
No.
Wasn't on Snapchat. So I think that's conditioned me to like where I just try and put out as much as possible on Twitter. And I know there's a lot of Cowboys fans that do the same, get their news from that. So
we rely on Clarence for anything that happens on Facebook, and any fake things that happen on Twitter, he likes to send to our group text. Like, we got to talk about this, and we have to tell him like that's not a real thing. And then we work our way through it. Who is the best beat writer covering the Cowboys? You have to say Clarence, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to say Clarence, and then you can pick somebody for second.
Okay.
So it's Clarence.
So for me, it's pretty easy. It's a clump because it's the people that have been there longer than me.
Yeah.
So, David Moore was there for a long time. He recently, retired from being on the everyday beat. He still covers the team and writes about them, but so it would always be like David, Clarence, Todd, Calvin Watkins. They've been around the longest. So those are the ones that I would say that, counting down the days so they retire and I can get that top spot.
Be the king. Yeah. Future king of the Cowboys beat, Jon Machota. When you come to the Combine, I know for beat writers, a lot of it is like, I have to sit in a hotel room or I have to sit in a lobby and I have to wait to run down the Joneses. But what do you feel like you have learned over the last few days?
Nationally, people are gravitating towards everything George Pickens.
Yeah.
And really even Brandon Aubrey, too. And we can get into those things. But for me...
Oh, we could just take a second-round pick if anybody has the stones to give that away and pay the kicker.
That's true.
Yeah.
But for me, it's really just the change in the way Steven has talked about Jadeveon Clowney. If you go back to late December, where he was, said absolutely that they would want to bring him back and would be talking to his representatives when the season ended. And then now they moved to Christian Parker as the defensive coordinator. And that tune has changed about Jadeveon Clowney. I'm not going to say that he's completely out of the mix,
right?
But it isn't on the level of he was the defensive version of Javonte Williams at the end of the season. And certainly after what he did in that Giants game, even though it was an awful game for the team, he certainly looked like a guy like, well, he's coming back. They need DNs. And he clearly is the most productive they've had. And now I'm like, oh, they don't sound like that is top priority at all.
And does that make you feel like you are getting an understanding of what they're looking for defensively? Because I just start making my own leap where I'm like, oh, okay, so they want a probably younger, but like a more athletic, because Clowney, I would think, if you're lining up with 3 down, is not one of them. So he would be standing up outside, and they're like, well, sometimes that guy's got to drop, and I don't think that he could do that or that we don't want him doing that. What do you feel like you've learned about what they want to do?
Yeah, I would say before hiring Christian Parker, I thought they would go more to your traditional defensive ends, like the DeMarcus Lawrences, the Jadeveon Clowney, that type of route, Sam Williams, to where now I'm like, they don't really need those guys that would then potentially move inside. They would need the ones that are going to, like you said, drop back.
Zoomies.
Yeah.
For the zoomies.
And it's interesting, too. How do you feel about the idea of big pass rushers dropping into coverage? It's always been a part for me where I'm like, why would you want them to go away from the ball? Like, I'll give you an example.
I hate it.
Let's say Micah Parsons is still on this team.
Yeah.
Do you want Micah Parsons dropping into? I don't want him to.
I do, and I'll tell you when.
Okay.
Like twice a year.
Okay.
Like
he can do it
as the ultimate offensive line. Whoops, 3 people are blocking no one.
Okay.
Because Micah lined up there, and it's 3rd and 9.
That's fair.
He has 2 sacks in the game.
Yeah.
And then he goes, nope, and 3 people are going, uh-oh, and 2 guys are unblocked. Like, very occasionally.
Okay.
As a trick play.
Yeah, so I would say, but that's the type of thing that I'm looking at now where I'm like, all right, who of these guys in this draft can be guys that stand up and drop into coverage if you need it, but
And I
have
think you're
pass rush?
and I think you're just looking at, like, I may have to pull up my thingy things. I think you're just looking at now the 250-pound pass rushers
Yeah.
instead of the 270s, right? So
Right.
to me, it's Cassius Howell, A&M. It's
Yeah.
R. Mason Thomas, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And even those guys, like, you really want them going forward,
Right.
but they probably are just looking for the better twitched up athletes would be
So
my guess.
So, like, because for me, before the Christian Parker clear change and what they're looking for, I thought that that Falk kid from
Right,
Auburn
you
would make
thought
some
he would be
sense.
at end.
Well, not only that, but yes, an end, but also because I'm trying to find a bigger end to offset that Donovan Ezeraku. I
Right,
mean,
he'll be
you're
standing up.
clearly taller than Donovan Ezeraku is. Like, if you went
For now. I'm getting shorter because my
well,
knee doesn't straighten, but I'm getting it replaced in a week.
I just remember at one point this season, I think I was talking to Clarence in the locker room, and I looked over, and Donovan Ezeraku was having a conversation with Babe Loffenberg, and Babe Loffenberg looked like he was ready to rush the passer, like, size-wise. I was
Babe's a
like,
big
"Man."
guy.
I mean, he is, but I was just like, "Man, Donovan Ezeraku, he's obviously." I mean, you could say about Micah too. Like, he's not the prototypical, like, DeMarcus Ware,
Right.
Type of
But
act,
he's
but
also
he's
unicorn.
100%,
Like, I was
100%, yeah.
I saw something, the other day where it was just talking about who are the best pass rushers in the NFL right now, and I think people start thinking about, well, Micah's one of them.
Yeah.
Nick Bonito is a small guy.
Yeah.
And over the last 5 years, those are the only 2 in the top 10 in, pressuring the quarterback. It's still big,
Yeah.
powerful dudes, and it's like the Cowboys are probably going to try to do this a different way. The next thing that I wonder about is if your plan is to have 3 down, 2 standing, can the 3 down be all 3 of the Cowboys' D tackles? Or is their roster wonky?
They're trying to sell that, and I'm kind of
Like,
like,
Osa's a 5-tech
yeah.
defensive end now, and so is, I guess, Kenny Clark?
It's tough because they have so much money as of right now tied up in those 3 that
Right.
you it's hard to sell that. No, one of them will be a backup. I mean, you're paying them over $20 million.
And I
So
guess technically, if you told me 2 of the 3 will be playing at all times, that's plenty of snaps for gigantic people.
that's true. That's true. And maybe that is their plan.
And who do you disrespect? Who
Yeah.
doesn't start?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not Quinnen.
No,
So now
yeah,
we're
yeah,
going
he's
Osa
in.
versus Kenny.
Whoever's the healthiest. Whoever's the healthy out of those 2, whoever's playing the best, then they get the start.
Flip a
I think
coin.
they'll all be happy because they're all making north of $20 million, so
I would be happy with that.
yeah.
I think, unless it was contract time. Well, Johnny, thank you. I appreciate you taking a few minutes. It's always good to visit with you.
Anytime, man. Good
Why'd
to
you
be
just
on.
laugh at me?
Because it's really nothing special.
I
You
heard
know,
you go,
we talk football all the time. I mean, it's not. You don't have to ask me. I'll come on anytime.
Jon Machota of The Athletic. Make sure that you follow him all over the place. Make sure you're following Clarence on Twitter, though. I'm going to train Clarence up. He's going to beat you to the punch on all these things real soon. It's going to be great. There he goes. Johnny Matches.